Speaker Nancy Pelosi melting down after plowing ahead with articles of impeachment, and Joe Biden blowing up on a man who dared to ask about his son's Ukraine connections. But first, Pelosi claims the facts against President Trump are uncontested and says Democrats will hold another hearing Monday. Pelosi snapping at a reporter when making the announcement.
I don't hate anybody.
Representative
I was raised in a Catholic house. We don't hate anybody, not anybody in the world.
As a Catholic, I resent your using the word hate in a sentence that addresses me. I don't hate anyone. I pray for the president all the time. So don't mess with me when it comes to words like that.
Ooh, President Trump firing right back, telling Democrats that if they're going to impeach, they need to do it fast. And while that's going down, the big thing that's getting attention is this moment from yesterday's hearing.
The Constitution says there can be no titles of nobility. So while the president can name his son Baron, he can't make him a baron.
Melania blasting the professor, saying she should be ashamed. All right, Greg, thoughts, feelings?
Where to start? If you're going to have a show trial, at least make it interesting. This makes C-SPAN look like MMA. I mean, I honestly, the only excitement I could get out of this is wondering why we're covering it, okay? This has been a continuous orchestration for 3 years, right? We knew that this is happening, yet we're obliged to act like this is news, right? Oh, look, there are gavels, right? Oh, it's in a courtroom. It's in a hearing room. There are cameras that are politicians. There appear to be expert witnesses who have witnessed nothing, but yet we must treat them as though they are witnesses. We have to sit there and know that the Democrats are yanking our chains. They are basically playing the little piano, and we're dancing like little chimps. And it drives me nuts watching this. But that's why I don't blame the Democrats. I don't blame them for this because we're just helping them out. This is a media-induced coup. If we decided when that woman made that joke, if we decided, okay, the Republicans should have just got up and left. That would have been great. And then if we decided to stop covering it, that would have been amazing. And by the way, the joke isn't the problem. It's a joke. We make jokes. That's not the problem. The problem is that it was planned. It was rehearsed. It was choreographed. She knew she was among friends. She knew that she was going to get laughter. By the way, these hearings now are Trump rallies for the media because they can't fill arenas, but they can fill those hearings with so-called experts. This is their way, and we get played by it. The networks get played, and we assault our viewers with this crap.
Juan, to Greg's point, the Democrats can't compete with Trump, so they have to produce this theater. Impeachment is the only thing that can technically compete with Donald Trump. So they can't beat him. They can't cooperate with them because they don't want to, so they have to play the impeachment card. And I don't think it's working. I think it's completely backfiring.
What didn't Greg just say, it's a preordained reality. They're going to impeach him. And so it wasn't that interesting. Greg's argument was it was kind of boring to even sit there and watch, here are some experts and like. So it's not competing with Trump the showman. I don't think that's the case.
No, it's sucking up all of the energy in the press.
No, I think
we were obliged to cover it, Juan.
Well, that's what you just said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's
and
what I agree.
They know that. It's a setup.
But it's not a setup because, look,
we're suckers.
I think the Democrats have the votes to impeach. I think that's what Nancy Pelosi announced today when she said we're going to go ahead. The facts are on their side.
I think disagree with
no,
that.
let me
you have no evidence.
They're undisputed.
Yes, they are.
By who?
Can I finish?
Yes, they are.
Well, I'll tell you what. Most fair-minded people think that the facts are pretty clear.
So John Turley
hang on.
wasn't fair-minded.
Can I finish?
Please.
In the Fox poll, 49% impeach and remove. 60%. Hang on, 60% say
it's the same people
he
who
held
hate
up.
him.
Can I finish? It's the Fox poll. It says 60% say he held up military aid in order to get a favor. The ABC poll, 70% say what he did was wrong.
You don't impeach a poll, Juan.
And I tell you
evidence.
what, you know what's really crazy? John Durham, apparently, according to the Washington Post, not able to produce anything that says, oh, this was a hoax.
The Washington Post predicted Trump was a Russian agent.
Yeah. I remember
you can't listen to everything that they say.
You said, wait for the IG. Michael Horowitz, wait for John Durham.
Okay, and you know what she did? Nancy scheduled the hearing on Monday, the day the IG drops.
By the way, where's your boy Giuliani?
Let's get everybody
Giuliani's over in the Ukraine, still doing this, and you want to close your eyes to it.
Doing what? You mean fingering Biden for corruption?
Oh, yeah, over in the Ukraine.
You just are mad because they got exposed.
It's a suicide mission because it's going to come. You're now moving from quid pro quo To what? Bribery, now abuse of power. What's next?
Obstruction of justice.
Yes,
obstruction of justice.
But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
It's going to come back and hit the Democrats because they're guilty of abuse of power.
Oh,
I think what the biggest tell is for me, and the most confusing part of it, is that for the Democrats saying that they needed all evidence, that this is in fact a deliberate process where they care about a thorough fact-finding segment and then an actual analysis. Why the rush? Why, when justice is supposed to move at the pace that it requires to get all of the evidence, and all of a sudden the Democrats do not care about the McGahn testimony and they do not care about the Mueller grand jury testimony, both of which the court proceedings are happening in January. All of a sudden there's this massive rush. As an attorney, I am so confused by that, and as a citizen, I think it's the biggest tell.
And by the way, all the attorneys are confused. You can't even get attorneys to agree on this because they're asking people's opinions about something in which they haven't witnessed it. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, and the urgency issue. So January 3rd, both of those hearings are going to be held at the D.C. Circuit, which is one step below the Supreme Court, which is a lot of this stuff may end up there anyway. But their court arguments and documents are they need the McGahn testimony and they need the grand jury documents from Mueller because it's essential to the impeachment. So they're making that argument at the same time. They're not willing to wait for the ruling on that. And as to whether the facts are in dispute or not, I actually think that most everyone does agree on the facts. What they don't agree on are what the facts mean. Because people are saying, like, look, we have the transcript. And the president says, look, I released it and there's nothing. I'm not trying to hide anything here. The Democrats will look at that same transcript and say, this is why we're impeaching.
But I think,
Juan,
Shannon, let me just
go to Biden for a second.
Hang on,
this
just
is
a
much
sec.
more exciting than listening to you go on and on about this.
Go ahead.
All right. Joe Biden lost his cool. Let's watch.
You're selling access to the president just like he was. So you
You're a damn liar, man. And you want to check my shape on? Let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take a nice push-up. Now,
I didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack. Look, look, here's the deal.
I'm not voting for you.
Well, I knew you weren't, man. You think I thought you'd stand up and vote for me? You're too old to vote for me.
Whoa!
All right, Greg. And those are tough situations. How do you think he handled it?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Look, you know, I mean, I kind of like a feisty Biden.
Yeah.
All right,
That wasn't sleepy.
That wasn't sleepy. We might be seeing another side of Biden.
Joe woke up, Juan. What do you think?
Well, I'm interested to see your response because you guys love it when Trump goes off on people. I didn't even think he went off on the guy. I think he responded to a difficult question for him about his son, and he did so emphatically, and I think that helps his campaign.
Do you think he did so passionately?
At the same event, Biden called someone fat and Jack. He said that he was vice president in 1976, and he called all of those voters who were in Iowa that he said that they were in Ohio.
Oh,
so to
wow.
me, in addition to all of those,
not good.
the fact that he responded clearly out of anger, he has to have a better answer because those questions are pretty basic. He has to have a measured response, or he's no better than Trump, so he claims, that's out of control.
I'm
Not a
worried
big
for that
crowd
guy,
there either.
No, I'm worried for that guy, though, because remember, Biden said not long ago that had he been in high school with President Trump, he would have taken him behind the gym and beaten the, quote, hell out of him.
Ooh.
So this guy better watch his stuff. I mean, the push-up contest may be the least
Shannon,
of it.
did you just use the word hell?
It was, but I gave you.
I know you said it was a quote,
No.
but still, I don't think that's nice for Shannon Bream to use
grandma's
that
watching
word,
right now.
especially on the 5, which is a clean show.
This is a family-friendly show.
Joe did
This is not after 11.
Exactly right. Do you know what Joe did though? Do you know what Joe did that was good? Was when they asked him about, I don't know where this was, but they asked him about Kamala Harris, and he do hold a grudge or something like that, and he says, I'm not good at holding grudges, which is a really nice answer. It's a smart answer.
Because I can't grip them very hard.
Well, he said he also may consider her for the ticket. I'm sure she's overjoyed by that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's her way into the White House. We've been talking about she's going to the White House, one way or the other.
Yes.